thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you've managed to find all your ingredients fine. I think you've cooked with us before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yes, you've done really well the last time as well. So today we're going to do some festive shaped pizzas, and then we're going to do some s'more treats, okay? So it shouldn't take too long. We go nice and slow and steady, and if you have any questions, just stop me. The aim is just to get some nice food on the table, okay? So we'll just take it nice and easy between us and get some nice shaped pizzas on the go. All righty?
Yeah.
Right, brilliant. So you might remember from the last time we cooked, we're going to do some really nice, easy bread. Okay, so we're going to start with, if you get your nice bowl, and we're going to start with some self-raising flour. So we are going with our tablespoon, so our big spoon, and we're doing 4 big, giant heaped tablespoons into the bowl. Okay, so let me just put you down onto the worktop. So 4 big tablespoons in there. And then the next ingredient is our natural yogurt. Okay, so natural yogurt, and we'll put 4 tablespoons in, but not big giant heaped ones, just level tablespoons this time. Okay, so that's our 2 ingredients in. And then the third thing that we're going to add to our bread mixture is just a little pinch of salt. Okay, and then that means as soon as we heat up that self-raising flour, it will start to raise because we've activated it with the salt. Okay, so those 3 things together in the bowl, and we mix them together. There we go, until it starts to turn into a dough. So you recognise this part of the recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you feel like you might need a little bit more flour or a little bit more yogurt, just go ahead and add that. I'm going to put a little bit more flour in mine today, okay? And then you should be able to pull it together with your hands, okay? So we're pulling it together with our hands, and we're going to create these into a little stocking shape. So when you don't have a lot of time over the Christmas period and you just want to have a nice festive feeling, then these will be the perfect little breads that you can make so that you can just get a quick Christmas hit, and we'll do them in a nice shape. Okay. All right, you keeping up with this?
Kind of.
That's fine, just take your time. You just get your dough together, and while you're doing that, I'm just going to get some more flour out. Okay. So you'll laugh when you see what I done with this dough. We started off by making it into stockings, and then I decided to change them into Santa hats. So I'm going to show you how to do both, and then sometimes you can have Santa hats and sometimes you can have Christmas stockings. So just let me know once you've got your dough out, and once it's into, you can just roll it into a wee sausage shape like that, okay? So this is the first of our Christmas cook-alongs. You'll be glad to know we've got more coming up in December as well. So we've decided that this weekend is the weekend that we're going to put out all our Christmas activities. So if you see anything there that you want to sign up for, you can just drop me a message on the page as well. Okay?
Okay.
Just let me know once you've caught up with your dough. We'll have a nice festive lunch on the go today. Okay. Looking good. Just making a separate little batch of dough here as well.
Get rid of the spoon. Sure.
Did you manage to find all your ingredients okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad gets sent shopping.
Good stuff. The good thing about this is that we've made that dough before, and we've made it into garlic bread. We've made it into pizza bases. You can make it into nice little wraps and just add some, we like to add in our house, we'll add some lamb to it and some pickled cabbage and have them as nice little wraps or fajita wraps. Or there's so many things you can do with this little recipe, and it's just 3 ingredients. It's so simple. We love it. Okay. So, how's your dough looking?
Good.
Looking good?
Yeah.
That's fine. Just continue to give it a big scrunch together. Lots of flour. Is it feeling sticky or
It's
dry?
feeling sticky, but like
Right.
not a bit more flour.
Right. What to do is put a little bit of flour in and then just get your hand right into the bowl and squeeze it all together. Big squeeze together, okay? See how that goes.
That's point.
Okay.
Okay. No. Put it in. You're like
Coming together now.
Yeah.
Is that it? Right, good. This will be the best one because you've put the most work into it. This is what always happens. And we've done it slightly different from the previous recipe as well. We've taken out some of the ingredients just to make it like more accessible and just so that the things that we have in here are things that we can, you know, when we buy one big bag of flour, it lasts us for ages. That big massive tub of natural yogurt lasts for ages as well. So we're hoping that we can just keep making more and more of these as we go through December. Okay, how are you looking? Good?
Good.
Yeah, I can see it now. Right, so first of all, Georgie, if you just roll that out into a sausage shape, okay? And just a rough sausage shape, it doesn't have to be too perfect. And then what we're going to do is you're going to leave about 3/4 on and then take a quarter off the end and just set it aside, okay?
Okay.
And then the bit that you've got left, we're going to just stretch that a little bit, okay? And turn it into a letter J, okay? So at this point, if you're like me, you might need a little bit more flour over there. But you're putting it roughly into a letter J and then just use your hands to squeeze this out, okay? And flatten it out. So it should start to look a bit like a stocking shape. Let me know if you're getting that. Hopefully you are. Mine's getting a little bit yogurty sitting there. Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah, so just keep adding plenty of flour if you need it. And then we just want that bent round into a lovely stocking shape. Okay. And then once we have that in a stocking shape, and it just has to be rough because when we're going to cook it and it will firm it up a little bit anyway. So once we have that, we can set that to the side. And then the other part that we've left to the side for now, we can just roll that out into a rough sausage shape, okay? And flatten it down. And that's going to be the little bit that goes across the top of the stocking.
All right.
Okay, so it starts to look even more like a stocking now. Okay, so you just continue with that. I'm just going to roll out this second one because I want to show you how we can, what else we can do with this same shape, hopefully. Right, so as you're doing that, I'm just doing this second stocking. So I've got a pair of boots here. Right, but what I want to show you with this is that we've got one stocking, okay? And here's what you do if you want a different shape. So you've got your stocking there and you decide, right, I've been making Santa stockings all Christmas, all through December. I want to mix it up a little bit. So what you're going to do is you can turn it around this way, pinch a little bit off the end and roll it into a ball. Pinch the end of your pizza and then we'll stick that ball on and it makes it into a nice little Santa hat for you. Okay? So from this one little mixture, we've got a Santa hat and a stocking. Okay? But just you go with one of those shapes for today, and then you can tag me every time that you make them in future. You can let me see what other shapes you're making. Okay? Right, lovely. So just let me know once you're finished making yours into a shape, and then you can just give your hands a little wash so we can move on with the next parts, okay? And can I just make sure while we're making this part of the pizza, just stick your oven on, make sure your oven is on to gas mark 7 or 220 degrees. How many pizzas are you making today?
Just one.
Just one today. That's good. Then you get your...
No.
Then you get to enjoy it in peace after all your hard work in the kitchen. As I was getting the ingredients out for the s'mores after this. I couldn't get the small bag of chocolate stars that we normally use. So I thought, if I buy this big giant bag, I'm just going to eat them all. So I've gone with chocolate buttons today because I know any treats in this house, I end up eating them. I always wonder with the afternoon teas, it's a wonder that anything ever makes it out for a delivery from us because everything looks so good that I just want to eat it all. But we'll see if the Christmas ones that we're releasing today, we'll see if they go down the same, or if they make it out the door, or if we end up eating those. Right. So at this point, if you get your griddle pan or your frying pan and just turn that on to a medium-high heat on the cooker, and once that's heated up, we're going to put our shapes onto the pan, okay? So cook it on, turn it up to a medium-high heat, and then we'll put our shapes into the pan.
Fix it up to be oiling.
No, just dry.
Just dry.
Just dry.
If it's
Okay,
oil.
and just be careful as you're lifting these into the pan, just be careful because whatever shape you sit that down in the pan, that's what shape it will form and cook in. Okay, so nice and gentle, and get your stocking in there or your Santa hat or whatever shape you have today. I'm going in with the stocking. And you just let me know once that's in the pan. Lovely. Okie dokie. So while that's cooking away, we'll just keep an eye on that, and you'll know yourself when you start to smell that cooking that it's going to be time to check it and maybe turn it over. But while we're waiting for that, we're going to do our sauce for our pizza. So you know when we've got our nice crusty base and then we've got our nice tomato-based sauce, we're going to make that ourselves just now, okay?
Yeah.
So as I put you back down, let me just grab the chopping board. Okay. And if I just sit you back down on the chopping board, okay? And we're going to use a tablespoon and put in 5 tablespoons of either passata or your tinned tomatoes, okay? So 5 big spoonfuls of those. This might actually make you a little bit extra, but I'm sure it won't go to waste. It can just get put in a tub and popped into the fridge. Okay.
Right.
Let me know once you have that part in.
2, 4, 5.
5. Perfect, good stuff. Next up, we're going to get our garlic. So we're looking for 1 clove of garlic. So if you have a bulb like this, then you want to just take 1 little clove from that. If you're nice and organised, you might already have crushed garlic from a jar, or you can use garlic salt, or just whatever you have to hand. This is just ideal for making, we just really want to make this nice and easy. But if you have fresh garlic, you're putting that into the peeler, and then just 1 clove goes into your passata mixture. Okay?
Yeah.
1 clove in there. So that is in the pot. We now have 5 tablespoons of passata, 1 garlic clove crushed, or a teaspoon of lazy garlic, or a teaspoon of garlic salt. And then the next thing we're going to put in is mixed herbs. Okay? So we're looking for 1 teaspoon of dried mixed herbs to go in there as well. Okay? And if you've cooked with me before, you'll know that the mixed herbs are one of my favourite ingredients to use because they're so simple and they're so, so tasty. I'm just going to keep an eye on this bread that's in the pan. You should see that once it starts to heat up, it starts to really puff up and get big. So you can use your tongs or your fish slice just to flip that over. Okay, and what you're looking for is a nice charred line on the side, and that's how you know to turn that over. Okay, so it doesn't matter if yours is a little bit lighter or a little bit darker, it's fine, just whatever way you like it, and then you just flip it over. Okay, so all right, so we've got the base cooking away nicely. We've got our sauce ready. So the sauce is now going to go on a high heat on the cooker. Okay, so this is only just going to take a wee couple of minutes. we're just going to put that on into high heat just to get it cooked through and make sure everything's mixed together. So your garlic, your passata and your dried mixed herbs are all mixed together nicely. And we'll get it really, really hot, and then it'll be ready to put on our pizza base once that's made, okay? So onto the cooker on a high heat, please. What did you pick as your favourite pizza topping for today?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. That's what I usually go for as well. Today I went for salami, just for a change, but usually I use the little tiny slices of pepperoni as a favourite. Do you like pineapple on your pizza or no? No. That's the big debate. Pineapple, yes or no, isn't it? So keep an eye on your bread, keep an eye on the sauce. Just make sure that everything's cooking away. My bread is done, so I'm just going to lift that out and I'll put the screen back onto the chopping board so that you guys can see. So we have a lovely stocking shaped pizza. Okay, ready to decorate. Okay. How's your sauce looking?
It was going well and then she broke it. Sorry. Just leave it to Jordan.
Let's see, can we fix it back together?
No, it's just the top part because I did the Santa hat.
Oh, right. Well, do you know
So
what to
it's
do,
top
Georgie?
part.
Just set it in place, and when we put it into the oven, we can just cover the little crack with cheese, and then you can sit. It'll all be fine, and you won't notice. Okay, so just hold it into place while we're doing that.
It's actually holding in place.
Okay. So what you might want to do at this point is see if you get the tray that you're going to use in the oven. So a tray out the oven, and we'll put our pizzas on that. And then that means we're not moving them again until they're cooked. Okay, so I'm just going to get the pizza tray, get the oven tray, and go ahead and set the pizza on there. Okay, and then if we decorate that from here, then we know that we're not going to move it again until it's time to eat it. Okay. Once we see some steam coming off that sauce, it's time to bring it off and get ready to add it onto our pizzas. Okay, so let me know once your sauce comes off. And the good thing about these is you can decorate them any way you like. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead with the sauce on top of the pizza. So nice crispy pizza base that we've cooked on the griddle pan, and then just some of our lovely garlicky herby sauce on top. Okay.
Smells amazing.
I know it smells so good, doesn't it? I actually prefer this sauce to what you get on most pizzas. And the other thing, Georgie, this might be good for some of your other recipes. See what you've done there with that sauce. See if you put that, if you make some pasta and put that through the pasta as well. And you could just add any vegetables or any of your chicken or anything you like at all, even your pepperoni from your pizza. You could add that as well. And that's a really nice, quick pasta sauce. Okay, so just covering your pizza with your pasta sauce.
This is your fault.
This is your fault. Okay, just take your time. Okay, so let me know once your sauce is on.
Yep, so on.
That's that. Okay, lovely. And we will, the next thing we're going to do is just get our cheese onto the pizzas. So think about this when we're not just, this time we're not just going to plonk the cheese on any old way. We are going to think of it as more of a decoration. Okay, so for example, for the stocking, if I show you down to this stocking, what I'll maybe do with this for a decoration is I'll maybe take some of the grated cheese and place it along the top like the fur. So you could maybe do that with the Santa hat, the top and the little bauble at the top and the bauble. Okay, and then For the stocking, I'll maybe just put some cheese on the toe as well for like a little patchwork stocking. Okay, but it's entirely up to you. If you want cheese all over it, then just add it in. This is your pizza. I'm not going to eat yours, so make it whatever way you like. Okay. And I'm just going to set that aside for just now and get the whatever other toppings you're going to use and start to prepare them. So whether it's sweet corn, whether it's salami, whether it's pepperoni. So if I just move that to the side, and then I'm just going to chop up some sliced salami for mine today. And you can put this on whole, or you can chop it up whichever way you like. I think I'm just going to chop this up into little quarters. Okay, and then just place it any pattern that you like. So I'll just place mine scattered around the pizza. There we go. Maybe put a bit there. No, I don't think I will today. I'll just put plenty there. Okay, and once your topping is on, then it never does any harm for a little scattered mixed herbs on top, like the professionals do. Okay. Okay, so just you take your time and catch up with that. So we have our pizza base that we made with our 3 ingredients: self-raising flour, natural yogurt and salt, dry fried in the griddle pan. Then we have our pizza sauce, which is made with the passata, garlic and mixed herbs, all heated up in the pot and then spread on top of the pizza base. Then we have our cheese for decoration and for taste. And then we have our favourite toppings added on there as well. And then a little sprinkle of mixed herbs. And that's us ready to put these in the oven. So just let me know once you're at that stage and you've done your mixed herb sprinkling, and we'll go ahead and put them in the oven.
That's me done.
That's you done, good stuff. So this is ready to go in the oven. If you have a combined oven and grill, this can go under the grill as well. We have cooked everything, so it's literally just to get that cheese melted and the toasting, the toppings toasted as well. So mine's going in the oven. Okay. That will only take a few minutes. So we'll just keep an eye on that, maybe about 8 minutes it should take. And then it's time to make our s'mores. So do you want to just give a wee clean to where you're working? I'm going to do the same, and then we'll get started on our s'mores. It's all very good when we do all our nice cooking and then you turn around and the kitchen's a disaster zone. That's what usually happens in my kitchen anyway. Okay. Now, these s'mores have been popular for our children's cook-along, for our adults cook-along, for our private party cook-alongs. People have been requesting these for all different types of events. Once people see these s'mores, they just want them all the time. The last time my mum was babysitting for me when I was doing a cook-along, making s'mores, and as soon as I was finished, she said, "I hope you've not ate them. I want those s'mores brought in." So that was the payment for the babysitting.
That's not a good deal.
So if you have a grill that needs preheated, this is the time to preheat it. If you have a gas grill, you can go ahead and just put that on just now. So I am going to put my gas grill on for the s'mores. Yeah. And if you have a little, you can either do this on your chopping board and then carefully move everything onto your grill pan or to your grill plate. If not, you can make it on the grill plate. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so I'm going to start on the chopping board, and we're going to start with 2 digestive biscuits. Okay, here's all our lovely ingredients for this cook-along. So we're going to start 2 digestive biscuits per person, and what we want to do is we want to turn them upside down so that we've got the flat side. Okay, and we're going to cover one of these with marshmallows. So hopefully you managed to get some mini marshmallows. And we're going to cover the other one with chocolate buttons. So we'll go ahead with our mini marshmallows all round the edges. And if you place these quite close to the edges, then it means when we squash everything together at the end, then they look really nice and full and juicy. So what I tend to do is place them nice and neat around the edges, and then just add a little handful inside to just flatten everything out again. Okay. So just take your time with these. Okay, and get them all around the edge, and then get a little bundle of marshmallows. It doesn't matter how neat the ones in the middle are, because they're all going to get squashed down anyway. Okay, managing all right with that?
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so once we have one done with marshmallows, we're going to do the other one with chocolate buttons. So either chocolate buttons or chocolate stars. And also, you don't actually have to stick to those two types of chocolate. You can make these. I've seen people after the cook-alongs make these with chopped up bits of Boost, with Twirls, with all different chocolate bars. So whatever kind of chocolate bar you like, you can always chop that into little pieces and add that if you can't get your hands on chocolate buttons or chocolate stars. But I did start to tell you that if I got the big bag of magic stars, I would probably eat them all. So what I done was buy a little bag of chocolate buttons, and then for a star, I used the stars that are forming part of our Christmas afternoon teas. So that'll be my little decoration on top. Okay, so just let me know once you've got your buttons and your marshmallows, once they're all in place, okay?
Yeah.
No. All done. Right, okie dokie. So they are ready now to just get added to your grill tray. So whatever you need to put in under your grill, just sit them on and then pop these under the grill on a high heat. And they're just going to go in for maybe 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. And what we're looking for is the marshmallows to go nice and toasted on top, and the chocolate buttons to just start to melt. So we don't want them completely melted or completely burnt, but just starting to melt, and then we can squish them down, okay? So those two under the grill, looking good. And before we move on to chopping up our fruit, if you just give your pizza a check and see if that's ready to come out, or if it still needs another couple of minutes. I'm just going to check mine too.
Yeah, that turned out better than I thought.
I'm going to throw my pizza out at this point. I think it's had enough. Okay. Looking lovely. Okay. A little Christmas pizza now. I know pizzas aren't traditional Christmas food, but for kids that are anything like mine, they don't want a big roast dinner with roast potatoes and fancy gravy. They would rather pizza. So if I can get away with feeding pizza a few days, then I've got half a chance of them eating a proper Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. Okay, how's your pizza looking? Is it out, or is it still another few minutes?
Yeah, looking good.
Looking good, good stuff. Right, so while we're waiting just for those two things to toast under the grill, did you manage to get some fruit, some strawberries or raspberries or something like that? Yeah. Yep. Okie dokie. So we're just going to chop these up. We actually don't need all that many because it's just to cover the area of one of the biscuits. So take off the top bit so that we're not adding the little green stalk into our nice treats. And then you want to just slice, maybe just like, if I just hold you maybe this size, maybe like 0.5 centimetre, and just a few slices. And if you want, I mean, I think that strawberry was pretty big, so that will probably do. And if you want, you can keep, if you want to make any decorations on top, if you've got strawberries there a little bit like Santa hats, you could maybe just take the tip and add that to the top. Okay, so I've got lovely fiery marshmallows there and lovely toasted chocolate buttons. How are yours looking?
They're done. They're done. Look amazing. Smell amazing.
Good stuff. These just remind me of Halloween and bonfire night when you're sitting outside with your nice toasted marshmallows. And I love when they're crispy at the top, but then when you go into them, so that mine are very dark on top, but then when I squish them down, you can start to see all that gooiness coming out. Okay, so we have our melted chocolate and our toasted marshmallows, and if you just use your spoon, you can mash that chocolate down just ever so slightly if you like. And then the little bit of the recipe that Poppy contributed to is that you take a third digestive biscuit, break it in half, and crush it into some crumbs and sprinkle it over the chocolate. So that's her contribution to this recipe. Some extra biscuit in the middle for extra crunch. Okay. So we have digestive biscuit, melted chocolate, some biscuit crumbs, and then we're going to layer on our fruit. So our strawberries, raspberries, bananas, whatever fruit we've decided to go with. And then we're going to take our toasted marshmallow biscuit and tip it upside down and add it in there. A lovely packed full s'more. Okay, looks like this. And how easy is that to make, and how quick is that to make?
Oh.
So on top, if you have chocolate stars or chocolate buttons or a piece of fruit, you can use whatever you like on top of this. I'm going to put one of these stars from our festive afternoon tea. Stick that on top for decoration. And then, are you using icing sugar? Do you have icing sugar?
Yes.
Yep, good. So you can either sprinkle it through a colander from a high height to get a dusting that just looks like nice snow, or you can just use a little shaker. I've got a little shaker here, so it looks like a nice snowy star on top of the s'more. Okay. How's that looking? All good? Let me just get a final chopping board. Okay. Okay. How's your s'mores looking?
Amazing.
You can get a job with me eating the treats before you send them out, before you serve them to anyone. That's what I like. So if you get on your plate your nice pizza and your s'more for dessert, and then you're all set for some lovely festive treats. Okay, do you want to get them on a plate and show me? Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks fantastic. You managed to make 2 s'mores as well?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So let's just see. There we go. I'll take a little picture of that for us. While you're enjoying your food, or after you're enjoying your food, you can head over to the Buffet Lady on Facebook or Instagram. I'll put up a post about our cook-along today, and you can send me your photos so that we've got some photos of our amazing chefs. Okay, so well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. And since it's Christmas, I think you get to eat your dessert first. Well, thank you very much. You've done fantastic, and I hope you enjoy your lunch today, okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll see you again soon.
Bye.